Hey everybody, Jason with Downsdad Picker. Hope you guys are having a great day. It is February the 15th. It is about 61 degrees outside. Little cloudy, but beautiful nonetheless. Very windy. For this time of year in this part of the country, we are taking advantage of these terrific warm temperatures. Going to go to a couple thrift stores today to see what we can find. Our desk pile is kind of winding down and we need to keep some merchandise in there. So we're going to take you along with us. So let's do it. So this first thrift store today is a Salvation Army that's near my house, and I always head right to the small appliances slash electronics area of this particular store once I enter it. Immediately I found these universal electrical adapters for when you travel, so that you can plug your phones and devices in overseas. They don't go for much, but they do have value. And I picked them up for $1, so I figured, make a $10 profit on these when they sell. So that was definitely a decent find for the beginning of this trip. There is no rhyme or reason when you go into a thrift store. As you know, things are just haphazardly scattered all over the place, and you can find things just about anywhere. So you have to really be looking in the nooks and crannies of all the shelving and on the floors and everywhere if you want to make sure that you don't overlook anything. Wasn't sure what that was exactly, so I put that back. Some of the stuff, honestly, there's a camera up there on the shelf, and it's just not even worth buying. They don't power on, or the batteries are missing, or there's parts missing. You can usually tell by looking at them how what parts, if any, are missing. This was a cappuccino machine. It's a first run of this particular model. But what makes it so unique is that it's brand new in the box, never been opened. So there was definitely some value there. I always look for female adult diapers. There is a market for those if you can get the right price. I usually just shop for them for my dad, though, who does wear them. Those weren't his size, so I put those back. But the cappuccino machine, I'll sell that, even though there's listings of it for $150. I'll sell that for best offer. So even if I think I paid $11.99 for it, so even if I get $60-$70 for it, which I'm sure I will, still a heck of a return. All these electric typewriter cartridges, they're just difficult to find anymore, and people need them. There's still a following out there for people who use typewriters. So I picked this one up with an estimated sale of $11.99 and with 50 cents, and I picked up another one here shortly with 50 cents also, which will most electric typewriters and all those ribbons, they usually don't sit in the store too long. So I'm just found this printer. It's a thermal printer, and I did test it later on in the store. I don't have that on video, but all the lights came on, no error lights. These are going for good money. There was at this particular day, there was 20 listed, and about 200 in sales of that exact item even used. So I picked this up. It was $9.99, I believe, and I did end up selling that relatively quickly for $54.99. It came with extra some extra paper, and all the pieces were there. All the cables were inside, so that was a pickup. Even the parts only comps on those were more than over 100% sell through rate. So that was just a no brainer for me to pick that up there. Kind of skimmed the toys. There was nothing really there in the toys that I saw this particular day. And my next area that I usually hit is shoes. This store, I never really do too well with shoes, but on this particular day, I did find two pairs in the men's shoe area. I found a pair of these Ohio State Forever Collectible Ohio State University casual shoes. Both have some nice sell-through rates on them. And then I picked up another pair of shoes, a New Balance, here in a moment. But I ended up putting those back. They were in great shape, but I probably would have only been able to sell them for $35, $40, and they actually wanted $20 for this pair of shoes at a thrift store. No way. So I ended up putting those back at the register. I didn't buy those. Although these are cool, these shoes didn't have any good comps on them at all. You would think that they would, but they don't. Shoes used to be a pretty hot item for me. They kind of slowed down a little bit. Maybe it's because it's wintertime. But I usually look for shoes that are minimal wear, have the insoles in them, and are able to be cleaned relatively easily. I wash all my shoes in a light detergent OxyClean mixture in my washing machine, and then I let them soak in there for a few hours, and then I actually have like a bristle brush that goes onto my drill that I can scrub them clean, and then I let them air dry. I never put them in the dryer. Don't ever put your tennis shoes in the dryer because the glue will come loose and you ruin your shoes. So usually after that process, though, my shoes will look pretty much like new. If you need to, you can always take a magic eraser around the bottoms where the whites are, and that cleans them up without any kind of abrasion at all. But shoes are labor intensive sometimes, so I don't buy them as much anymore unless I find some decent pairs, and then I'll snag them up. But these are the shoes I did put back. Even though they count good, they wanted quite a bit of money at the register, which wasn't worth it to me. So I am now going to be looking through some of the clothes racks real quick. I do edit that out. I didn't really find anything. I do find this coat up here, though. That's right there. I see it. And I end up picking that up. This coat right here. It's a polo. Brand new. These and the Abercrombie coats are very similar. Probably made in the same assembly line, to be honest with you. And they go for like $149 new. I comped it. Couldn't find any exact comps on this particular coat, but I felt that I could probably get $64 out of it. I did pick it up with when I was going to resell it. And then I actually ended up giving it to my son, who said he really liked it, so I gave it to him. So that would have been a good pickup. Otherwise, I do have a pretty good eye for some clothing. As you can see, it had a $19.99 sticker on it, but it was 1/2 off, so I ended up getting it for $9.99. So that was also a good find. And that went into the cart also. Now I'm over at the board game section. This is a game called Pantone. It might even be called Pantone. Not really sure. But they have some incredible rates on them. even used, they're going between $35 and $45 used, as long as all the pieces were there. I did do a really quick piece count in the store. I bought it up real good, and when I got home, I did a thorough piece count, and believe it or not, all the pieces for both games were there that I bought this particular day. So I am a board game aficionado. Is that the word? I love buying board games, and they're pretty profitable. Even if the pieces, if I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Even the pieces for some board games go for good money when people don't have a complete set at home. I've even seen people selling like playing cards that go with games, per card. So because people just want their complete sets or their cards got damaged or whatever. So never pass up on board games. I don't even know anything about this game. All I know that it's worth some decent money. But I couldn't tell you how to play it at all. Fun fact: if the instructions are in the games, they always have what's included in the game, so you can always do like a piece count based off the instructions, which definitely helps and speeds up the process of making sure the game is complete. And like I said, this game was complete, even had the instructions, which makes it all the more valuable. And the box was in also very good shape, in addition to it. So these were picked up they had $1 listed on them, but because it was half off, it was 50 cents per game, which is a great return. So now I'm over in the women's shoe area. A lot of the shoes are worn out. This is a pair I ended up buying. The comps are pretty good on them, and they were half off. I picked them up for $3.99 a pair. So I got lucky, and I ended up getting 2 pairs of shoes in this particular thrift store. And here I am entering the Goodwill. I'm walking down the aisle, and I see a familiar face. And I was heading back to the small appliances where I always head first. And I see Jennifer and Maizie. They beat me here. So there they are at the end of the aisle down there in the red shirt. And then here I am. The video is going to be a little edited on this one. Jennifer does not like to be on video. So I have to edit her out when possible. These are the 2 VCRs I picked up. Believe it or not, I tested them in the store and sold them 10 minutes after I listed them when I got home for the prices on the screen there. So VHS, DVD recorders are always good pickups if they're the right kind. Some of them aren't worth anything, but most of them are worth something. This is a nativity set. This is a Promise of Christmas by Robert Stanley nativity set. I was able to comp this on a worth point for $90, so I have it listed currently for $90, and it will probably sell for pretty close to that price, but that was a $10 pickup also. I just wanted to go over with you what we found at the thrift stores today. I went to 2 different thrift stores, and it's just such a beautiful day in Northwest Ohio. Today is the 15th of February, and I was like out and about, like I gotta do some thrifting today. It was just calling me, so I stopped in the first thrift store, which was a Salvation Army here in the Northwest Ohio area, and I picked up several items that were just screaming to be picked. First and foremost, I went directly to the small appliances department, and I picked up a cappuccino machine. This is a 1990s Sultan cappuccino machine. It's brand new in the box, never been opened. It's in mint condition. Comps on these, I looked them up right there on the spot, are going anywhere from $90 up to $150 used. So I'm gonna probably list this for around $80, $90 and hopefully get a quick sale out of this one. So That was my first thing that I picked up right when I walked into that particular store. Also, I like picking up old media and old typewriter equipment, stuff like that. So I picked up this Brother correctable ribbons here, 2-pack, brand new, unopened, and another Brother one for a different typewriter. These average about 14, 15 bucks a piece, and I bought these for 50 cents. They were pink sticker, half off, so they're normally $1. I bought them 50 cents. Probably gonna get between 12 and 14, maybe a little bit more, a little less on these two pieces of typewriter equipment also. So typewriters, I'm a sucker for them, and anything that goes with them, electric typewriter wise, ribbons, all that stuff, things that are hard to find, I'm always grabbing them up. 2 board games I found out at the first thrift store. This is a keys, it's called Keys Drill. I never really heard of it. I counted all the pieces are there. I did comp this when I got home, and it's not really comping really well. I'll probably get 20 bucks out of it, but it was a $1 buy. So once again, you know me, if you listen to any of my other shows, board games, I love board games, especially when they're complete, especially when they're older and are hard to find. So this was just a good pickup, so I'll probably make a $20, $18, $19 profit off this. Second board game is Pantone. I think it's pronounced Pantone, the board game. This is some game to do with colors, but anyhow, comps are a bit better on this, upwards of $30, even some $40 comps on this one if it's complete. And it is complete. I did count the pieces, and it's completely 100% there. It's in really good shape. The box is in really good shape also. No messing up in the box, dings, broken corners, anything like that. So it's pretty good deal. So I picked this up for $1, 50 cents also. So both board games, I'm sorry, they were 50 cents each. They were $1, and then they 50% off because they were a pink sticker today. So 50 cents. I picked up a pair of New Balance. These are New Balance True Fuse 860s, version 7. And these are probably going to pull about 30 bucks. And I paid $4.99 for this pair of shoes. So that's a good pickup. I don't normally find a lot of good shoes in this particular thrift store, but today was my lucky day. I actually found 2 pairs. I found this pair here, and I found this pair of, I think they're Chucks, possibly Converse Chucks. This says Forever Collectibles on it, but these are Ohio State on the back, and these are in really good shape too. Clean bottoms, and size 11 men's. So any Ohio State fans out there, I'll give you a good pair of shoes. I'm probably gonna list these for around $24.99 ish, and depending on what the comps allow. And then also at this thrift store, I picked up this Brother thermal label printer. It's a thermal label printer. It's a Brother QL 700. The great thing about electronics is that sometimes it's a mystery to me, because I bought that. It does seem to turn on. I haven't really tested it yet, but I'm sure it'll print just fine. Those comps actually are over 100% sell-through rate on that particular item, even pre-used, even used, even parts only. So even the parts only ones are selling pretty well. So it's a win-win. I picked that up for, actually paid $7.99 for that. And electronics, you don't get no half off or anything like that. Even though it was still pink sticker, you don't get half off on electronics. $7.99, and the comps are, I think there's like 40 listed, and then like 160, 170 sold. So I'm gonna get rid of it. If I'm gonna get rid of it for more than $8 too. So things like that to me is no brainer, and they usually sell pretty quick. And then also at this particular garage sale, I got this. It's a Arrival electronics set to adapter set for when you travel. You can plug into the other power sources in the countries you travel to. This was a $1 pickup. I picked this up for $1, and these are probably going to be going. This is maybe an $18, maybe $20 sale, but still for the price, I felt it's in good shape. It's in the case and everything. It's name brand, I won't have a problem unloading this either. And then lastly, at this particular garage sale, I found this U.S. Polo Association coat. It's the U.S. Polo coat. Okay, U.S. Polo, beautiful coat. I couldn't find any exact comps with this, even if I typed the information from the label into the computer and the website. But this is almost identical to the Abercrombie & Fitch Adirondack coat. It's probably made by the same manufacturer, and they just put the different labels on there. I mean, it's almost identical down to the buttons, down to the fur color. Even the label on the inside is different, except this one says Polo and this says Abercrombie. So those coats that we knew, $149 new, with a anywhere between $40 and $80 pre-owned sell-through rate, used sold rate. So there's a lot of comps for right around 100% sell-through rate for this coat. I didn't comp it till I got home, but I knew that I'd still be able to pick it up for more than the $7 I spent on it at the thrift store. So it's actually a really beautiful coat. And I'll see if I can put some more pictures, if I can find anything similar to it on the screen, if I can find anything similar to it. So that's another good pickup. And then I left that store. I think I spent $30-ish, $33 at that particular store. Went down the road to the Goodwill, and we have a Goodwill in about a couple miles away. And funny enough, I ran into Jennifer there. She's just thrifting, coming back from one of Maisie's therapy appointments, and I ran into her there. So the camera footage on that was a little shoddy. I'm sorry about that. She doesn't like to be videotaped, so I have to edit that out. So some of the things I picked there may not have been shown on video, but I will show you some of the things that I picked up there. So the first thing that I can't really show you because the box is not taped, but it comes with the box, but it's brand new. It's just been used, because I know it's brand new because it's still taped inside the styrofoam internal parts of the box. But it's a Promise of Christmas by Robert Stanley nativity set, AP nativity set. And Robert Stanley stuff sells pretty good. They're anywhere from $24 up to $100. The only comp I could find for this one, and what made this one unique, was that it's made out of wood, carved out of wood. It was an AP nativity set carved out of wood, and really pretty. And I could only find a comp for it on Worth Point, and the comp was for $89.99 on Worth Point. So I'm probably gonna list it for around $89.99, and we will see where it goes. But that was a $10 pickup that we picked up at the Goodwill for, right at that particular location. Secondly, I picked up 2 of these VCRs. This is a Magnavox video cassette recorder, DVD player, model number DV225MG9. 2 of these. And I picked them both up. I plugged them both in. They both worked. I popped a VHS or DVD tape in right there at Goodwill. It seemed to work just fine. Didn't make any noises. Still haven't hooked them to my TV yet. But anyhow, I came up, brought them home. I listed them, one for $98 and one for $84.99. And the guy bought the $99 one immediately. I paid full price for it. He came back, messaged me, said, "I see you have another one for sale. Would you take an offer of $80 on it?" Of course I would. So I sold them for basically $180 within 10 minutes of listing those 2 items. So DVD VHS combos are very popular if you get the right ones. Most of them are worth more than probably what you'll pay for them if you pick them up. So always be on the lookout for DVD VHS combos. One of those had the remote with it, one of them didn't. I listed them that way and sold for $180. That alone, that sale, paid for most of our purchases, and plus lunch today for me, Jen, and Maizie, and then some, and with profit. So that was a rundown of what we got today, all the main items at those 2 thrift stores. So nice talking to you guys. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, it's a pleasure and a privilege to have some people following this channel, and I just appreciate everybody. So have a great day, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.